Hey everybody. So for this video, I really wanted to do something that Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel inspired me to do. They once did videos because they had this long-running show called At the Movies, and it starred Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. And what they would do around the time of the Academy Awards is they would have a portion of the show, and they would actually have a whole episodes where they could do this too, where they would voice what they hoped would be the winners of the Academy Awards. And I guess to kind of have my own special take on this, I actually chose specific years at the Academy Awards where certain films have won, and I either totally agree, totally disagree, agree with the film they chosen, but almost wish they considered this film a little more, and maybe that film could have won other categories. So this video is all about that. It's all about the films that either didn't get any recognition at all in the Academy Awards, and it should have. Or I further explain why I believe the Film Academy made the right choice with their decision for a winner. Um, or just films that that should have been considered for a nomination. Or and there was actually some years in here where the film I wish would have won for that year didn't even get nominated. And so this video is all about that. It's all about voicing what I support with for the Academy, what I disagree with them about, and what I really wish they would have considered for that certain year at the Academy Awards. And I know the Academy Awards have been long done, but I thought this is kind of a unique video to have because I really haven't had an opportunity to talk about this kind of thing on a video yet. So I'm going to start with 2011, the most recent year. The artist obviously won for that year. It's the most recent ceremony for the Academy Awards. Um, I agree with the artist. I thought it was a very good film. I thought it was a nice homage to the silent film era. It was just a very terrifically well done film, and I can see why it won. Um, and so for 2011, it's not so much that I disagreed with the artist, but a film that I wish would have gotten either more nominations or more wins was Midnight in Paris. I thought it was a very because to start this video, I'm just going to say this right away. I'm not the biggest Woody Allen fan out there, but Midnight in Paris got me more interested in his films. And in certain ways, almost want to see more of his films now because of Midnight in Paris. I thought the idea was unique enough. I thought it was almost a very different kind of story for him. And I really liked how he was able to continue what he's known for and try something new at the same time. And I thought the whole idea of the screenwriter meeting with these people that he worshipped for all these years as a writer and finally getting to meet them at this magical place was a very interesting idea. And I almost wish the Film Academy gave more recognition to this film. And all this film really won was Best Original Screenplay. And even though I totally agree with the artist winning, I almost wish the Film Academy either gave more awards to Midnight in Paris or gave it more recognition more so than they did. Then I'm going to talk about 2010, where The King's Speech won for that year. And the two films that were both nominated, two even, that I really wish would have gotten either more awards or have taken the show or even just won the Best Picture award would have done it for me too, was Black Swan and The Social Network. And though Black Swan won, no, not Black Swan, though The Social Network won most of the awards that year, I think it won like for music and all that sort of stuff. Um, I think it should have won even more awards. I thought Social Network was a very interesting take. It was a very unique landmark film for that year. It was very accurate as to how people view social networking, view Facebook, view Mark Zuckerberg. Um, it was just a very good representation of that time period, and that's one reason why I really wish Social Network got more recognition and got more awards for that year. And same thing with Black Swan. I'm glad Natalie Portman won the award, but I almost wish the film itself won some more awards as well. It was one of those years where it was nominated for everything, but it wasn't winning anything. So Black Swan was another film I really wish it could have won some more awards. And though I liked King's Speech, I wouldn't say it was the best picture for that year. Um, I thought Black Swan in The Social Network was a better representation of what the Film Academy was about. And it was unfortunate that they didn't win the award for that year. Um, for 2009, The Hurt Locker won. Once again, I don't agree with the Academy on this one. The nomination that I wish would have won for that year was The Blind Side. Um, I thought it was much more inspiring than The Hurt Locker. I thought the characters were more interesting than The Hurt Locker. I thought the overall story, the overall reasoning behind the production, um, the acting, I thought was much better. It was just an overall better film, and The Hurt Locker to me really didn't stand out as a war film. Um, Someone even once told me they think the reason why they thought the Hurt Locker even won for that year was just out of respect for the troops in Iraq. There's a side of me that's kind of saying that the Film Academy kind of did that. Um, it just really felt more glorified than it should have. It's perfectly reasonable if they wanted to nominate it. I just really wish it shouldn't have won anything. I really didn't think it was that special of a film. So Blind Side was my decision for that year. For 2008, this was a year that really, really bothered me. Though I enjoyed The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, didn't really want to see it win any awards, though I didn't think it was that good. Didn't like Milk, didn't like The Reader, didn't see Frost Nixon. I liked Slumdog Millionaire, which was the winner for that year. Um, it just really did not feel like a Best Picture winner to me. It just didn't. I just thought it wasn't inspirational enough for me. I thought there was some very interesting techniques in it. I thought Danny Boyle did a good job as a director for the film. You can definitely tell it was his style of a film. It just it didn't yell Best Picture to me, and I guess that's what really bothered me about that movie. And two films that I really think really are the notable films of 2008, and so many people would agree with me on this, were Dark Knight and Iron Man. And another reason why I say those two films specifically is 2008 was truly the year of the revolution. It was the revolution of the superhero film. And what I mean by that is that was the first year people said, hey, superhero films actually work. It's just a matter of finding the right director, the right story, the right characters, the right reasoning for the characters, the right audience. Dark Knight, in every way possible, when you talk about film, is better than Slumdog Millionaire. Same thing with Iron Man. I thought Iron Man was a much better film. I thought in some ways he was even more inspiring than Slumdog Millionaire. So 2008 really bothered me, guys. I really wish Dark Knight and Iron Man got more fame and glory for that year, and they were unfortunately not even a nomination for that year. For 2007, I actually totally agree with the Film Academy for this year. No Country for Old Men won for that year, and I totally agree with them, and I'm so glad that it won for that year. I thought it was so much better than Atonement, so much better than Juno, and a lot better than Michael Clayton and There Will Be Blood. I can totally see why this film won that year. It's a revolutionary film. It was very unique for that genre. It was definitely the film for me, and I'm sure for other people, where the Coen brothers really got their name out there, even more so than Fargo and some of their other previous films. No Country for Old Men was truly the best picture of 2007, and I'm really glad it won for that year. It was a very unique and original idea that I'm really glad won some recognition for that year. 2004, I actually agree with the Film Academy on this one. However, why this year specifically sticks out for me is the films Ray and Sideways. I felt should have gotten even more recognition. And I actually just explored Sideways a couple of months ago, and it really stands out for me. And even though I loved Million Dollar Baby, I loved Clint Eastwood. I still love Clint Eastwood as a director. I love the story. I love boxing stories. I can totally see why it won. But because of Jamie Foxx's inspirational and amazing acting job in Ray, I almost wish that film got a more recognition than it did. And I thought the overall story and the whole biopic feeling of Ray Charles was perfect. Um, and what's his name? Hold on a second. Taylor Hackford, yes, that's his name. The director who also directed Devil's Advocate. Um, he truly did a terrific job as a director for this film, and it's almost too bad that Ray didn't win that year. And I just love Sideways. The story was so original. It was funny. It was just a very interesting, well done, keeps you sucked in the whole time kind of a film. And I almost wish it got more recognition for that year. And I almost wish Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church and Virginia Madsen and Sandra Oh and pretty much everybody involved with the film got more recognition than it did. Um, then we're going to go all the way to 2007, and I know I'm pretty far into the video, but um, for instead of Gladiator, and this film actually wasn't even nominated for that year. Um, I wish Unbreakable was a nomination and that it won for that year. I thought M Night Shyamalan, he just got done with Sixth Sense, and he had to bring that whole surprise ending feeling back to his movies again. And I loved how he took on the superhero genre and was able to give us a surprise ending once again. And it really should have been nominated and it should have won for that year because I thought it was much better than Gladiator. Um, then we're going to go back to 2003. And I love Lord of the Rings Return of the King, but I really wish that the Film Academy nominated Bruce Almighty. It's one of my all time favorite comedies. I think it really stands out. It's almost too bad that it wasn't even nominated for that year. Two films that shouldn't even be nominated on here are Master and Commander and Mystic River. I think Bruce Almighty could have easily taken that nomination if it really wanted to. I can see why Lost in Translation and Seabiscuit were there because those films are pretty big now. Um, I really wish that Bruce Almighty was at least recognized for that year. And I'm perfectly okay with Return of the King winning that award, but I really wish Bruce Almighty got some recognition. 1998 was another year that bothered me, and it actually bothered a lot of people. Um, Shakespeare in Love won for that year, and to me and to many other people, Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan should have won instead. That Saving Private Ryan screamed Oscar award. It screamed Revolutionary War film that really captures World War II. And it was just such a better film than Shakespeare in Love. And I really wish the Film Academy realized that and gave it to Saving Private Ryan instead of Shakespeare in Love. 1994, I actually totally agree with. It's when Forrest Gump won that year, and it had to compete with Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption. And I actually totally agree with the Film Academy. I think Forrest Gump, um, it was able to take on many genres at once, and it made an absolutely beautiful, if not the best film ever made. And I totally agree with the Film Academy's decision for Forrest Gump to win that year. And to conclude this video, I'm actually going to state the year that I was actually born in, 1990, where Dances with Wolves won the Academy Award, but I almost wish Ghost did. Um, to me, Ghost, guys, was a huge Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore film. It was kind of the film that introduced me to both that actor and that actress. To me, Ghost was just so amazing and so incredible. The special effects were amazing. It was just an overall more amazing film experience than Dances with Wolves for me. And I know a lot of people love Dances with Wolves and Godfather Part 3. I see that on here. But um, yeah, Ghost to me, guys, was just so much better. And I really wish the Film Academy gave more recognition to that one. So that's it, you guys. I'm 13 minutes in. I'm pretty far in. I'm hoping it'll even upload. Um, but I just wanted to give you my quick opinion on the Film Academy, what they do right, what they do wrong, and what I wish they gave more recognition to. So I hope to see you guys for my next video.